Now I'd like to cross over to our reporter Ibrahim Karanja in Nyeri because there have been reports of some demonstrations by traders, and Ibrahim, who's going to join me now, will be able to shed more light for us what's happening in the area. Ibrahim, what is making the traders go out and protest, and what is the situation there right now?
Well, good afternoon, Malika. Actually, about 10 minutes ago, while we were doing our routine business around Karatina Market, our attention was caught by screams and shouts by some of the traders here at this market, Malika. And when we just moved closer to know what exactly the problem was, we found that there was a difference between the traders and some of the county askaris here. Actually, the people who are complaining are watermelon traders who are saying they're being harassed. That is, according to their own words, Malika. We are yet to establish what exactly the problem is. But the situation as is right now, Malika, is that normal business has halted at this market. You can see a big number of people is actually watching just to see what is transpiring here. Malika, I have managed to speak to one of the ladies who actually was screaming here, and she says that the reason for her screaming and the reason for her actually shouting is because she's being asked to bring her watermelon out. As you can see, the exact spot where I am standing right now is where watermelon traders are actually having their their products. This is where they're having their products because there are so many. According to them, the stock is so big that it cannot fit to the normal stalls of this market. Remember, the actually allocation of stalls in this particular market was done about 2 weeks ago, and right now these watermelon traders said that their product actually cannot fit in the stalls. So they decided, Malika, to sell their watermelons from outside, and thus they have been told for the 2 weeks now. They claim that they have been told by county askaris to move their products probably outside the market or accept to go to the smaller stalls. So today, the county askaris allegedly were here to just confiscate some of this watermelon from the traders, and that is what has brought that great issue with these traders complaining. I'll engage one of the traders here, and she'll tell us what exactly is what the problem is, because I can see from the other end, if we can be able to get the picture, the county askaris are still around trying to consult and know probably how to handle this situation. It was chaotic some few minutes ago, and business has told. Habari yako mam, pengine tunaweza kuzungumza nini haswa ambacho kinaendelea hapa? Tumesikia kwamba kuna nduru ambayo imekuwa imepigwa na tunaona kuna askari wa county. Pengine nini ambacho kinaendelea?
Sasa hii vile mimi naitwa Nyeri. Kile kinaendelea hapa ati ni watu hao wa melon waingie kwa store. Na hii melon haiwezi kaikaa kwa store. Juu ikikaa kwa store inakaa hivi. Unaona? Melon ikiingia kwa store inaanza kuoza hivi. Melon haitaki malindi, inataka njua. Na ndio walitupea hapa nje, tuwe tunakaa hapa. Leo sijui ni nini imefanyika, wametuambia tuokote meloni zetu, tuweke kwa mkokoteni.
Sasa hapa Karatina, hapa katika soko hili la Karatina, pengine niulize, mnaambiwa kwamba mkitoa hii ama muzitoe muweze kupeleka nje, na mnasema kwamba mkiweka watermelon ama tikiti maji hapa ndani itakuwa ikiharibika. Pengine mmekadiria hasara ya aina gani kwa watermelon zenu kuharibika? Naomba tu usilie, naomba ukatuliza hasira tafadhali mama. Iwapo utaweza kuzungumza nami.
Sasa hii melon kikia ndani, mimi nakadiria hasara ya 1,100 kwa hii melon. Sasa unaniambia niingie ndani, ni kunifukuza wananifukuza kwa soko ama ni kujijenga wanijenga? Mimi niko na watoto nawasomesha. Sasa nikienda ndani ama hii melon ikipotea, mimi nitafanya nini? Kama nitaenda nje nianze maneno ingine.
Na pengine wakati kama utaweza kuzungumza, na iwapo hautaweza pia nitazungumza na mama mwenzako hapa. Wakati ambapo walikuwa wakifanya ugavi wa soko, mliambiwa vipi nyinyi watu ambao mnauza umela?
Na kitu wametuuliza, hata hawakukuja kwa ground wajue vile sisi tunakaa. Ndio wamejieleza vile watagawa soko, watapeana vipi, hakuna mtu ameulizwa. Ama wewe unaleta mzigo wa aina gani, unaleta mzigo kiasi gani, hakuna mtu ameuliza. Hiyo ni mpango yao. Sasa tunaona kaa wako na mpango sisi wa kutufukuza soko, na tutaenda wapi?
Pengine tu mam, iwapo utakubali kuzungumza nami. Okay, sawa. Pengine mtu, kama kuna ambaye atakubali kuzungumza nami, mungependa pengine nieleze jina lako alafu niambie mungependa wafanye vipi? Mungependa wafanye vipi ili kuweza kuhakikisha kwamba mnafanya biashara kwa njia ambayo
mahali tutaweka hizi melon.
Pia wewe wauza melon?
Mimi nauza melon.
Na mmekuwa mkisumbuliwa kwa muda gani?
Tangu tukuje hapa.
Wiki mbili sasa. Well, Malika, this is what is happening. Of course, this is what just happened while we were on our routine business. It was just so sudden, unexpected. While conducting our normal business at the Karatina market, our attention, as like I said earlier, was attracted by those screams and shouts by traders. And if we can be able to get the picture, you can see business here has come to a standstill. Even the traders who usually are located inside the main building of the market are all outside. Just, I mean, that scream was so loud to get attention from everyone. Now business is at a standstill here, Malika. I'll return it back to you in studio, Malika, before we get back to that other part, Malika, of the discussion. Back to you in studio.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim Karanja there, who is coming to us from the Karatina market. And he says, of course, they witnessed that row that was taking place between watermelon traders in the market and the county watchman. Now, the allocation of spaces in the market that occurred about 2 weeks ago was apparently, as the trader mentioned, was not taking into account their input and was not communicated to them. And she says that, you know, the reason for the row is that their produce is actually going bad in these tiny spaces that they have been forced to occupying, and the fact that they're not willing to do that and lose the money that they would have earned from selling that fresh produce is the reason that they are outside, and is the reason that that commotion was taking place. They're very pained pictures actually coming from the watermelon traders there at Karatina market, brought to us from Ibrahim Karanja. Of course, that is the development there. As he said, business has currently stalled in the market, and people are, you know, quite pained when it comes to the situation. They're standing around, they're seeing what is to be done, and it is the county watchmen who they are currently having that particular verbal conflict with at the Karatina market, as Ibrahim Karanja was telling us. But we will, of course, be telling you about any other developments that take place there. But I'd like to go back to Ibrahim Karanja now, because he was all set to give us an update, of course, when it comes to rice and rice farming. Of course, Ibrahim, this month DP Ruto did say that the government plans to triple the rice production, and okay, so we haven't managed, we've lost a bit of connection with Ibrahim there, but we'll try and re-establish that for you. Let's move on now, because rice farmers, you know, we do have that feature specifically talking about rice farming technologies from Philip Keitan that'll come up for you, but we have re-established our link with Ibrahim. Now, Ibrahim, like I was saying a bit earlier, this month Deputy President William Ruto did say that the government plans to triple production of rice in the country, and you know, because we want to reduce this over-reliance on maize. So as you are, of course, right there in the market, what have you heard traders say about growing rice and about bringing rice to the market and their take on this matter?
Well, Malika, on the aspect of rice and the fact that Deputy President William Ruto has said that they will actually triple the production of rice in the country, I will actually join that with the construction of Thiba Dam. Remember, about 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, when Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Mwangi Kiunjuri was in Kirinyaga County just to inspect the project at Thiba Dam, they said that upon completion, the 20 billion dam will actually help in the irrigation of the Moya settlement, actually the Moya irrigation scheme where rice is currently being grown. And they said that upon completion of the dam, Moya scheme actually will be having, or will be producing, at least double or triple of what it has been producing so far. Right now, Moya scheme actually produces about 80,000 tons of rice per year, but they said the target is 160,000 tons. So Malika, Mwea being actually the biggest rice producer in the country. It produces up to almost 60% of rice that is currently being consumed in the country. The completion of that FIBA dam will mean a lot, and of course will help in the realization of ensuring that at least the rice produce in the country is actually doubled or made 3 times more. So Malika, right now, like I said earlier, I am at the Karatina market, and I was actually speaking to cereal traders, and they were telling me about the rice that they are currently selling. Remember, Malika, it is also the festive season, and lots of rice is expected to be used at the table of many Kenyans. Rice will be part of the food that Kenyans will use through Christmas and also through the New Year. So Malika, I just was engaging some of the traders here just to know the prices of rice, the different varieties of rice here. And they said that yes, as is right now, they still are getting rice at their normal price, but they are actually trying to see whether there shall be any increase in price that will come from probably the cost of production. I'll engage the traders later, Malika, because like I said earlier, that confrontation, that scuffle earlier dispersed people. I'll engage the traders, but as of now, I am at the Karatina market following up on issues rise, and immediately I get the traders, I will get back, Malika, to our viewers. But as of now, back to you in studio, Malika.
Thank you very much. That was Ibrahim Karanja there joining us from the Karatina market, and of course that scuffle earlier on that took place, but also we were talking about rice farming in the country, and he was shedding some light on that particular situation. Our Twitter poll question was also about that. If I'll quickly be able to tell you, do you think Kenya should diversify her staple food to include rice as a way of tackling food security? And as of now, majority of you have said yes. That's at 77%. Of course, I would like to remind you that it has been estimated Kenya requires about 300,000 metric tons of rice, and currently we produce between 45 and 80,000. I will leave you with this particular story that is courtesy of Philip Keitan. Rice farmers can now produce more rice while using little water thanks to a new rice growing technology. And the new technology, Systems for Rice Intensification, or SRI, has proved to produce more rice for plants while consuming 30% less water as compared to conventional rice growing techniques. So I'll leave you with that story courtesy of Philip Keitan on Next Frontier.